Hello everyone, I am Taureor and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4. Today we're going to play as China, and we're going to invade the United States. We win if the United States capitulate. Regular difficulty Ironman historical focuses, let's go. I've been trying a few different ways of approaching this challenge, and I think I've finally found the best one. We start with 57 divisions, which is quite a lot. Let's switch them all to our regular infantry division and form 4 armies. As for focuses, we're going to need to subjugate the Warlords as quickly as possible. Now, the focus tree is extensive and you have some interesting positions, like, for example, dominate Japan. Last time I played China, I used this to puppet Japan, but it only has a 10% chance of success now. So let's beat up Japan with our guns instead. 3 principles of the people. Produce guns, and research. I've sent my troops to all the boulders with the Warlords because we want to start fighting them as soon as possible, and let's exercise them until they're ready. Also get a couple of civilian factories and then fortifications on our border with Japan. Maybe 1 civilian factory and then fortifications, and go to level 3 everywhere, and then to level 5 in Beijing, and 4 here. This should work nicely. Okay, that's about it. Let's speed up and unpause. 3 principles of the people complete. Let's go with nationalism. Infantry weapons 1 researched. Let's go with construction and start producing the better guns. Nationalism complete. Now we're going to prioritize the interior. We now have enough political power to modify our country. Let's hire a silent workhorse. Also, we have enough points to promote our field marshal. Sun Lijian is going to be our field marshal. He's a level 4 and he has the brilliant strategist trait. Now, Xu Yu, I think that's how you pronounce that, also has the trait, but he's just level 3. We have prioritized the interior and now we subjugate the Warlords. This focus is pretty random because each of the 5 Warlords, Xinjiang, Jibei Sanma, Shaanxi, Yunnan, and the Jiangxi clique, I think they'll have a 50% chance of submitting to you as a puppet. If they don't, you get a war goal. And I've had as few as only 1 submit at a time, and as many as 4. So it's very, very random. If I were to choose an outcome, I would like the Jiangxi clique to submit to me because they are quite difficult to defeat. As for the others, I don't really mind. We do need to do some fighting because we require army experience. So it might actually be better for us if they don't submit. Okay, Ma refuses, that's fine. Xinjiang accepts, that's good. Refuses, submits. Alright, so we got 2 out of it. Who did we get? Wait, that doesn't look right. I think I had submit twice, but only Xinjiang submitted. Let's then pause for a day and see if anything changes. Nope, no, only Xinjiang submitted. That's a bit problematic. It's going to be difficult to beat them all up simultaneously. But nevertheless, let's declare war on all of them simultaneously. Sibama that the Jiangxi clique did not agree, but the rest we can take out pretty easily, even at the same time. Now, next focus, Military Affairs Commission. We're going to get plenty of military experience from all this, and with the Military Affairs Commission, we can proceed towards an army reform. Now, Xinjiang, you have 3 units. Let's request them and send them to invade Ma. Also, you're going to be an aggressive assaulter. We're going to give him offensive doctrine and charismatic as well, later. We don't have the command power right now. I will need to do some micromanagement here. Maybe we can catch them unawares and destroy them before they can mount a proper defense. If not, all the other armies that finish off the other countries will concentrate here later. We got some ground, not a lot. Let's also set everyone to aggressive. I'm not sure we'll be able to manage everything we need to do in the short time that we have. So let's hire an old guard guy. Extra political power, of course. We need to bump up our stability also when that becomes possible. I mean, we'll defeat Ma, Shaanxi, and Yunnan without too much trouble, while the Jiangxi clique is a problem quite often. Let's do mechanical computing. This is not looking too bad. Military Affairs Commission done, now army reform. And Yunnan is taken care of. Right, I need to pass. Take all states, we don't need any puppets. And the army that used to take care of Yunnan is moving to the remnants of the Jiangxi clique. I need at least 100 army experience, but looks like I'm gonna get that no problem, and we still have communist China to defeat. Radio. They are unaggressive, but they're just sitting here and doing nothing. That is not satisfactory. Oh, did I not call Xinjiang? I forgot to call Xinjiang into the war. Looks like they've used naval witchcraft to get around our troops. And let's hire the popular figurehead. Extra stability. Jiangxi clique has capitulated. Perfect. Take all states. They were the most problematic. And they also had the most factories. How are you doing with these forts? Well, I want to saturate the border with the Japanese, so we'll also be building them up north. Alright, finish them off and get ready to beat up communist China. That is Ma, take all states. Only Shaanxi remains. 141 army experience. If I can get to 200 before we fight the Japanese, that will be perfect. Army reform focus complete. Let's do anti-communism so that we can attack communist China. And doing army reform has opened up some decisions. Namely, in this one, look, we have army corruption, minus 50% attack and defense. That is horrible. But if we take this decision 3 times, each time it takes 3 months and 100 army experience, that modifier will be gone. Which is why I wanted to start as early as possible. Army reform, and at least the modifier will be smaller when Japan attacks. Shaanxi will be destroyed in a moment. As for communist China, there are 2 ways of doing this. Oh, here it goes. Shaanxi, take all states. I can easily just take over communist China immediately, or I can farm them for army experience. I guess I can farm communist China for army experience for a month and then quickly destroy them. Something like that should work out. We're going to just surround them with a field marshal level order and attack from all sides. This is not the most efficient way of defeating them. The most efficient way of defeating them is to surround them with a larger radius and let them expand into my territory a little bit, and they don't have enough troops to hold that much territory. Then you can just go between their units. In the meantime, we'll finish up the forts up here. Maybe go to level 2? Do I have enough factories for level 3 everywhere? Yeah, I think so. And then maybe level 6 in Beijing? Political power. Need more political power. Anarchist uprising in the Civil War, not my problem. Also, it is time to start making troops. We're going to need to make a new division template. Create empty, it's going to be the tiny division. Have 1 bit of infantry only. What's tiny? Is that a tick? Ah, tiny kitten is going to be a kitty division. Tiny kitty division. And I'm going to train all of them because I need to defend both this territory as well as all of my coast and ports. I'm going to need as many of these divisions as I can deploy. Then we'll switch them to normal ones and, defend with them. Requesting 1 more unit from Xinjiang. And deploy ahead of time. 117. Good amount. I could use more. Anti-communist focus complete, and as you can see, Japan has started the Marco Polo Bridge instant focus. I think it's 70 days for the focus and then 2 weeks to accept or decline their offer. So I think we have 84 days. Take out communist China and prepare our defenses. Democracy for extra political power now. Alright, and let's immediately attack communist China, of course. I guess I can spend a month probing their defenses to get extra army experience. Army reform will be complete soon, at least the first stage of it. If we break through and defeat them in the meantime, great. If we don't do that quickly enough, oh, by the way, let's get an infantry expert. If we don't do that quickly enough, I'll just pull back and let them get into my territory and then walk between them and take the victory points. Okay, first stage of army reform is complete. I love to get to 100 army experience so that I can initiate the second stage. Time is running out. I need to pull back, sadly. Let's go order and give them some space. It'll just take a few days for us to move away and for them to try and use that. You guys were supposed to retreat. Cancel all orders, redo on the front line, redo the attack with everyone on super aggressive, hold all the units, go. Once you relocate, like you for example, just walk into their capital. Should be able to do it. Worst case scenario is the Japanese attack before I'm finished and communist China joins Japan against me. I mean, I could always accept their offer with the Marco Polo Bridge incident and give up 3 territories. It's not a lot. And it would give us extra time to prepare, but all my fort construction would be wasted. As you can see, we are more or less able to get between enemy lines, because they just don't have enough troops. Oh, 102 army experience. Army reform level 2, commencing. Unfortunately, we only have 2 weeks to accept or decline the Japanese offer, quote unquote. Can I get there in time? And can I redeploy my units afterwards? Okay, I'm gonna say maybe 13 days left. Let's see if their capital is defended. Looks like it's not. Perhaps we have enough time. 10 days left. 8 days left. Come on. Is that enough for them to surrender? It is. Midnight. Come on. Communist China surrenders. Take all states. Communist China has been taken care of. We're just China now, and Xinjiang, but we'll annex them later. So now I need to very quickly redeploy my troops. Deploy all these. 199 units. It's gonna be sufficient. Okay, so for garrisons here, I'm gonna want the reserve units, and for the front lines, I'm gonna want normal units. And both of these are gonna be garrison armies, so a maximum of 72 units. All the kittens in this one are gonna switch to their Juntuan, this one anyway, a reserve unit. You are actually gonna stay kittens, because I don't have enough guns for everyone. These guys are gonna switch to our regular infantry unit, and same for you, and same for you. You guys are going to garrison our coast and ports, whereas you guys are going to garrison ports only, so that we can strengthen the resistance there. The three of you are going to defend against the Japanese. This should work out. I'm going to redo different lines in a moment. Now hold everyone, do strategic redeployment, please, very quickly. Are you doing that? Not really. We're only kind of doing that. Strategic redeployment here, please. Really need to be quick about it. How much time do I have left? Less than a week. Need to be very fast. I don't need to click this away. We're going to auto-decline the Japanese offer, and it expires. Let's just make sure we have enough troops to get in position in time. Looks like we have, with the exception of these maybe. I might lose territory here, just because they're so slow. Our next focus should be Executive Yuan, but I'm also tempted to wait for this, War of Resistance. Alright, let's wait a moment. And hire the Army and Defense Genius. Okay, everyone's in position. We have rejected the Japanese. We don't have our organization up or anything. Our time is very limited. They should be attacking any minute now. Yep, Japan declares war. Bypass the national focus, we can go straight into War of Resistance. Japan calling its puppets. Now I need to modify my order, because this is also a vulnerable spot, so two armies will overlap here. I think we're good. Not sure if my garrisons will be up to the task, and if they arrive quickly enough. Looks like we might be okay. Do have some planes, let's send them to Beijing. They're not attacking too aggressively, and we're holding. Of course, as time goes by, their attacks, especially their naval assaults, are going to get more and more aggressive. And the important bit is that we hold on to the ports, because if we do that, they can't really get a foothold. Now I'm gonna need some more civilian factories. Not too many, a balance is needed, so some civilian factories and some military factories as well. Yeah, Beijing is a prime target for their attack, but it has a high-level fort and a lot of troops in it, so we should be okay. Also, our army reform is progressing, we have nice military advisors, and we're doing War of Resistance. Oh, see, the Japanese have landed, but they don't have a port, so theoretically, they won't hold out here. We have enough points to modify our country. Let's go to total mobilization. That will do wonders for our economy. War of Resistance complete. We can't do War of National Liberation yet, but we can do Executive Yuan. That's very powerful. Extra political power. Army reform level 2 complete. I need 100 army experience for level 3 to complete. We could of course attack to farm army experience, but the Japanese are too dangerous of an enemy for us to do that. We'll just sit back and see it trickle in slowly when they try to launch their attacks. Really not in a rush. I'm going to sit here for another 3 or 4 years, just increasing our strength. Ah, almost forgot. Our manpower is going down because we went with total mobilization. We need to do women in the workforce to mitigate that. Oh, see? We're at 0.1% manpower currently, and that's 400,000. Manpower is never going to be a problem for us. Now, we could do defensive doctrine on our guy here, but we are going to push back eventually, and offensive doctrine will be necessary for that. Now for the next research slot. The Japanese have landed, but again, they do not hold a port. Improved machine tools complete. And we actually have almost enough guns for everybody, which is wonderful. As there's not much fighting going on, we can just produce guns. Expand the Academia Sinica. There isn't really a good way of avoiding an attack by the Japanese on historical focuses. So, unfortunately, we do have to fight them. But we will fight them, we'll win, and we will annex them. Now that we have enough guns for everybody, let's take all the kitten units and switch them to Juntuan. I think. These guys anyway. The reservists with 4 battalions each. They're gonna do a bit better with defense. Let's get some extra stability. Burma Road. And Chemical Research Institute now. We will soon have 4 research slots, and that's very much a decent amount. Japanese landing again, but once again, they're not holding any ports. To reiterate, one of the armies is holding all of the coasts, and the other is focusing just on ports. I should start working on the doctrines now. Let's switch that. Let's hire a military theorist. 4 research slots. Do we want War of National Liberation? In general, yes, but I don't really need increased attack at this particular moment. I guess I'll invest in my economy instead and go to the grain tax. We could probably push the Japanese into Manchuria, but it's going to be more efficient if I wait longer. Also, we are really not in a hurry. Oh, the Japanese started attacking. I mean, we can hold out, but we do have to start paying attention to the details here. But that also means our army experience is growing faster. Let's do price controls. Let's start researching guns level 2. It would be nice if the Japanese attacked a bit more. We could then finish our army reforms. We haven't lost a single province yet. Nice. I mean, we did lose several on the coast, but we always took them back. improved computing machine. Because I'll do some war propaganda. Let's hire an army regrouping expert. 300 per day. Realistically, I could push the Japanese out of China right now, end the war quickly, having released Korea and just taking over all the territory here. But that's not the best outcome for us. I actually want to keep the war going until the Allies fight them. Alright, let's do War of National Liberation. We're going to have to do it sooner or later because I want to get the War of Anti-Imperialism. Level 2 guns are researched. Buying steel from the Soviets because they are a very reliable supplier. See, if I was buying it from France, France would get killed and I wouldn't get my steel. The Soviet Union is gonna hold out for a while. Army logistics expert. Well, my factory situation? Very good. Zero consumer goods factories. Minus 3% in fact. War of National Liberation complete. We can't do that one yet. It would be nice to have it, but we can wait. Next, Bureau of Investigation and Statistics. For the stability. 99 army experience, almost there. And 100, which means we can do the last level of army reform. We'll still have to do lessons of war, but it's less pressing. Some more propaganda maybe. And we pretty much have everything we want here. So what we're gonna do is annex Xinjiang. Unfortunately, it's gonna cost a total of 450 political power. Let's do it. Also, we should have some Xinjiang expeditionary forces. There they are. Let's disband them, which means they're going home. If you annex a puppet and have expeditionary forces from them, they get bugged and they stay expeditionary forces forever. Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. Stuff is gonna go down in Europe soon. Now, Scorched Earth tactics. We're not gonna need to use them, but they open up this, which is extra manpower. Give me dockyards. I need to move my troops to Japan somehow. Now we can do forced conscription. Let's use our regular infantry template, duplicate it, call it inf for infantry, and expand it, make it a bit bigger. Can't afford more than this at the moment, but we can modify it later. And these three main armies that are actually going to be fighting the Japanese are going to switch to it. Let's continue the annexation of Xinjiang. More propaganda, because why not? I have tons of political power, we can spend it on stuff like that. See, these decisions increase inflation, and then you have to reduce inflation with, for example, this and this. So do we need the 5th research slot? I'm not sure we do, no. Let's go down this path instead. Poland refuses the German ultimatum. Wonder how that's gonna end. Mass mobilization. Increase the size of this template a bit. Improves computing machine done, let's do advanced computing machine. And I suppose I can slowly start attacking the Japanese. Very slowly, on cautious. Constitutional reform complete and Poland capitulates. Why on cautious? Well, we're not in a hurry. I just need some military experience. Let's see how this works out. We do have enough guns for everybody, which is a huge thing if we're just using lots of infantry. Although it doesn't really matter if we make progress. It matters that we don't get pushed back and that we get army experience. Let's start researching the best guns. It's gonna take a while. Let's finish the integration of Xinjiang. Finland rejects Soviet demands. I might attack the Soviet Union later, we'll see. They are an easy target when they're fighting Germany. We're actually making gains quite quickly, faster than I anticipated. We have enough army experience to finish the army reforms. Lessons of war. And now we will be able to do a war of anti-imperialism, which is going to make us much more powerful against Japan. So many factories. While the logistics, we are gaining equipment. Manchukuo capitulates. And Xinjiang has been fully annexed. We'll use these units later. Improved worker conditions. All that political power and not much to do with it. Now we can do War of Anti-Imperialism, and that is 10% against Japan to attack and defense. And with that finished, we can pretty much go to aggressive and just wipe them out. Agree joins the Axis. Not my problem, fortunately. Actually, I should probably start working on attacking Tibet. There is enough world tension for me to just attack them. Let's do that. Now, when I do this, Tibet will join the Japanese faction, but that really is not a problem for me. I should also start justifying on Bhutan at the same time. I wonder if they had enough time to build up some decent factories. Well, it's not a lot, but it is something. In theory, I could attack Afghanistan, but this area is very difficult to get through. I would need to lure their army into my territory and then strike back. I might do that. France capitulates. Fall of Paris. My guys are still on cautious. I'm not using up a lot of manpower, and I'm still gaining equipment. I think this is going pretty great. Oh, Vichy France got this area, which means they will probably just surrender it to Japan when Japan asks for it. Let's make another army that's going to cover that. You guys go and take Tibet for me, and the newly created army is going to go south. Perhaps attack Siam as well. War of Anti-Imperialism complete. Let's finish this tree so that we can get more manpower. People's army complete. Trotsky's dead. He is useless in the new update anyway. I should do the military academy, because I'm gonna need more generals soon. That's my next focus. Manchukuo slowly being taken over. Of course, in our German relations, we don't care anymore. And we have our war goal on Tibet. Let's declare war immediately. Yeah, they joined the Japanese faction, not a problem. Once we're done with Bhutan, I think I'll attack Nepal and Afghanistan. We are still on cautious because, once again, we're not in a hurry. Tibet capitulates. Let's do nuclear research, just for the boosts. How are we on gun reserves? Still growing, even though I'm attacking. We can do industrial concern finally. Let's do it. We started actually building the dockyards, so time for some destroyers. Doesn't really matter what we build, I just need a lot of ships to plop them down here for a moment for naval invasions. Manchukuo capitulates. That made my orders look weird. Just need to mop this up quickly. Japan should offer peace soon, but we're not taking that. Justification for Bhutan is complete. Declare. And now we're going to justify on Afghanistan and Nepal. Afghanistan first, because they have an advisor who makes it more difficult. But two simultaneously. Hopefully nobody gets guaranteed. Military academy complete. Legislative yuan. Bhutan capitulates, but with Nepal, this is a very defensible position. I think what I need to do is let them into my territory a bit. And I'm gonna need another army for Afghanistan. Romania joins the Axis. Large front offensive. Getting across here is going to be next to impossible. So what we need to do is create a trap. Control U1 for extra stability. Now that we need it. Research finished. Best guns are researched. Let's switch our production. Yeah, that needs a lot of steel. Good thing we can afford it. An invasion by the Japanese. They didn't take a port, so I'm fine. Still, surprising. Japan offers peace. This is tempting. We could just be done with the war and, say, turn against the Soviet Union and beat them up. But our best course of action is actually to destroy Japan completely. We will only be satisfied with total victory. Our justification on Afghanistan is complete. Let's declare war. They join Japan, of course. Come on, get into my territory. Yes, exactly. Maybe I'll just give them some time. Oh, Japan depends French Indochina, and they get it. Fortunately, we're prepared for that. Human wave offensive. How's my navy? Almost non-existent, but I'm working on it. Justification for Nepal complete. Declare. I guess I could use another army here. Use one to contain them, and another to do a surgical strike here. I wonder if Siam joins them. We could get that too. Afghanistan is moving in. I do need to give them some time. And we have completed examination yuan, which means we no longer get the inefficient bureaucracy modifier here. We're going to mobilize a lot more manpower. I'm going to ignore this entire tree. I don't need an extra research slot. Let's invite some foreign investors. Give me money. Or else. Nepal has moved out of its safe territory. Time to push back. Alright, I need to research naval invasions, forgot about that. Germany attacks the Soviet Union, which is a perfect opportunity to attack the Soviet Union. Trying to get around their forces. If I can cut them off, all of these troops are as good as dead, and I should be able to get across. United States want non-aggression pact. Well, let's be friends, but not that much. Alright, and they're going to give me docking rights. And military access. They're still not a member of the Allies because Japan has not attacked the Allies yet, but soon they will. I did not manage to go around Nepal, but we surely damaged their troops a little bit when they were retreating. We'll see if we can get across, but ultimately that won't matter. When we defeat Japan, I'll be able to annex them as well. Looks like I am able to get into Nepal. United States join the Allies. Perfect. Means if the Allies are at war with Japan, I can get military access. Hey, Canada, wanna join the war against Japan? Why Canada? Well, I don't feel like doing all the 66 on the United States. I feel like that might be too easy. I think I'll invade them from Canada. But I also don't feel like launching naval invasions on Canada. Britain wants military access. No, I get it. You don't. Nepal capitulates. Great. So, Siam, you're gonna join them? Or not? I'll justify on Siam, just in case they don't join the Japanese faction. I can take them while I'm already here. See, all of these are pretty much useless to me. I think I'll go with the United States. What I need is to get to the focuses that are down here. I mean, I probably won't need them anyway, but they can be interesting. Oh right, the British Raj is attacking Afghanistan. Because we got Afghanistan into the Japanese faction, and British Raj is at war with Japan, thus Afghanistan. Transport ship research complete. Is it time for my invasion of the Japanese yet? I probably need to join the Allies for them to help me here. I will give them docking rights. Maybe they can destroy the Japanese navy. Let's prepare some naval invasions. We want to take a port and spread from there. In my test game, this port was undefended. Let's see if I can have the same luck again. And activate. Is this gonna be enough? Probably not, because the Japanese have a powerful fleet and I don't. But who knows, maybe they'll make a mistake and not have ships here for a moment. So you want to join the Japanese? No, you really don't. That would be very silly of you, which means you'll probably do it. How do you know too little about this region? We have 16 ships here. think I'll need to join the Allies for this to succeed. They should be inviting me. Maybe I attacked too many people, maybe that's why they don't want to do that. Yeah, I generated too much world tension. Oh, it doesn't really matter, we'll defeat Japan anyway, at some point. United Mexican States join the Allies. And Afghanistan capitulates. I'm gonna give the United States docking rights. Oh, did I ever mention I hate Navy? I'll just build a raider. And we managed to launch our first naval invasion. Let's see if I can get a port. Right, this one's defended, but the port itself is not defended. Wonderful. Let's get into Japan quickly. You there, and you there. And the one that's next to Siam will also go to Japan. And the important thing is that we hold on to the port. With that, we can bring in enough troops to crush the Japanese quite easily. You don't lose the port. Others are landing. Let's disrupt the Japanese a little bit. Go to Nagoya and Tokyo. These guys will probably not succeed. It's important that you hold the port until reinforcements arrive. And reinforcements have arrived. Attack, everyone. Attack aggressively. Maybe make sure that someone stays at the port. Okay, utter chaos. Just what we wanted. China doing a naval invasion of Japan. What is our participation in this war? 97%. I guess I could probably get Iran involved as well. Might be able to spread my influence there. Now I won't have enough time to justify the war goal. But we are going to get Siam and Afghanistan. Justification on Siam is complete. Declare war. Of course they joined the Japanese. They are a minor power, so we just need to fight them a bit and then defeat the Japanese. How's that going, by the way? Quite well. That's what you get for attacking China. Should not have attacked China. Oh, interesting, I'm getting invited into the Allies. That could simplify things for me. Sure, they might kick me out, but once I'm in there, it's gonna make things easy. Again, will I be able to puppet at the peace conference? You know what, let's just leave it open. Perhaps it will be open after the peace conference, so that I can annex and puppet whoever I want, and then still join them. And here it is. The end of the war. My war score, 1,500. Next one, 60. So yeah, I think we won this one. Generally, we just want to take all states from everyone. However, it would be nice if we could puppet Japan. Why? Well, because they have bicycles. And if they have bicycles, and we puppet them, and we annex them, we have bicycles. First, let's pass. And pass. And pass a few more times. Should be enough. Oh, Siam is not involved in the peace conference. That's unfortunate. Maybe there wasn't enough time between the start of the war and the peace conference. In that case, I might still be at war with Siam after this. All of this is mine, and we puppet Japan, and that's it, end the turn. And we can satellite some islands. Sure, let's do that. If I don't do that, the Allies will, and end the peace conference. That is it. We have created the Japanese shogunate, and they are non-aligned and are a puppet. We're still at war with Siam. We are alone with our puppets in it, and we're being invited into the Allies. That actually seems like a great idea. I do need to defeat the United States, and that is the easiest way to go about that. So yes, I shall accept the invitation into the Allies and start preparing my invasion forces. Oh, also, I don't need a navy anymore, so let's cut all these destroyers, just make convoys instead. Am I in the Allies or not? Seems like I'm not in the Allies. Maybe they rescinded their offer. Yeah, I can't join the Allies anymore. Even though they invited me and I clicked it. Doesn't matter. I'll just kill them. These guys are gonna get transported to America. Let's deploy some units. Weird. The United States wants to give me a lot of land lease. Sure, I've created some troops. We're going to send them to the Allies because I need to kill them. You are going to Canada. It's gonna take them a while because I don't have enough convoys. Yeah, we finished Siam. Take all states from Siam. We'll need to send some to Britain. Oh, right, I made a mistake. I switched them to the larger template before transporting them. I should have transported them as the small template. Now it's time to start justifying a war goal. Say on Mexico. Oh, international peacekeepers. This won't be a problem. Let's not do Mexico then. How about the Netherlands? Suriname. That's better. Why them? They are a member of the Allies, but they're not a puppet of the United Kingdom. I ran out of stuff to build. Quit India movement. Sure, I'm gonna help you quit being India. You're gonna be China soon. How are we doing with equipment? We have 205 units of infantry equipment stored. That was perfectly balanced. You've arrived in Britain, most of you. Let's switch them to the infantry template. It's going to require some more manpower, no problem, I have 26 million, and some more equipment. I'm working on it. I've garrisoned Canada. I'm going to beat them up quickly and transition to invading the United States from there. Let's lower Japan's independence, and with that we can remove 9 power treaty, which lets us change our economy laws. But we are on free trade, and free trade is awesome. Our war goal on the Netherlands is complete. Time to crush the Allies. We We have stationed 3 million Chinese soldiers in Canada. They are currently pretending to be delivery drivers for AliExpress. Once everything goes down, they'll reveal that they've been soldiers all along. Let's declare war on the Netherlands. I'm not going to call the Allies because I don't have any allies. And now my Order 66 on the United Kingdom and Canada only should take effect. And then we're going to normally kill the United States. I just can't be bothered to do naval invasions, really. We're going to invade the Raj as well. Let's see if that works out. Nobody's coming in to defend the Netherlands. Are they so afraid of me? Okay, finally. Luxembourg has joined Dutch East Indies, Ireland, Denmark, and Mexico. Belgium. We need Canada, Britain, and the United States. Oh, United States. United States has been called into the war as our enemy, and also they are sending me Lend-Lease. Let's see if that works, or if it cancels itself. Yeah, it seems like it cancels itself. So I am at war with the US. I'm not at war with Britain or Canada yet. Oh, I know why. Because of unprotected borders here in Hong Kong. If I move these troops out. Poland, Greece. Yeah, Britain's afraid of me. Ah, finally, the United Kingdom has been called in. See, the moment I left this border, they have been called in. Now, let's see if my order worked. Yes, I almost own Britain. You guys are on garrison orders, you just do your thing. I'm not going to interrupt whatever you're doing. Now Britain is going to call its puppets in. We're interested in the Raj and Canada. Canada, let's see how it worked in Canada. Kinda worked. You're here, but you're just in the coastal areas. Oh, maybe all of this territory is not considered by the AI to be meaningful in any way. That might make sense. Canada should be capitulating in a moment. British Malaya has been called in. And the Raj. Right. Let's see how we do against the Raj. Well enough. It's going to take a while. The game is running very slowly now because it's already 1942. And I do have a lot of troops in the field. Canada capitulates. Perfect. Now that Canada has capitulated, can start moving into the United States of America. I'm actually going to use garrison orders for this. It should work out nicely. And if it doesn't, we can always switch to front lines. Why garrisons? Because you can fit 3 times as many units in each army if you're using garrisons. And for large swaths of territory like this, they can be very efficient. We're using just infantry, which is pretty slow. I suppose I could use Japanese bicycles instead. Let's copy the bicycle battalions. I cannot add more bicycles, which is unfortunate. Halt what you're doing, and very aggressively and very quickly garrison the United States. Garrison orders are nice because they're very much automated. They're not as efficient as front lines, but sometimes they can do the job. The United States are of course very powerful, but I'm not sure they're ready for 3 million Chinese soldiers moving down from Canada. British Raj, not much resistance here. Same for British Malaya. All is well. I haven't checked on Britain itself. Do you guys mind just taking London for me? Sorry, I forgot about you, Britain. I'm actually using a defensive guy. Let's switch to army maneuver. It's gonna make my units faster, which is quite significant if you're battling in a large territory like this. We Duke New York. Gonna need more steel. Who's gonna sell me more steel? There's not much steel to be had. I need to switch my economy once this is complete. The invasion's going well. Much faster on the eastern side. The west is defending itself a little bit better. Or is it just that my troops don't want to get in there? The Chinese have reached Washington. I don't think any of this matters anymore, the current wars we're in. So let's do resistance suppression. How are you doing for capitulation, United States? Halfway there. United Kingdom, more than halfway there. Yeah, essentially if I take London, they're dead. Well, the problem might be that I will have less participation than the Axis. I guess it doesn't really matter. All we care about is capitulation. We can annex Japan now. I guess we'll do that. That will let us make our own bicycle divisions, but only very small ones, unfortunately. See, we have inherited the template. I can't really do anything about it. I can only add normal infantry, that will slow it down. But we could flood the enemy with these small units. Full of Rome, really? So that's what they're doing when I'm conquering their country. Well, the British are holding on, but it won't last forever. How about the United States? Oh, glorious. We might need Los Angeles. Let's do limited exports. Do we suddenly have enough steel? No, but almost. The best way to get infinite steel would be to just pop at the United States and steal it from them. Still resisting? Ah, we're about to take Los Angeles, which will spell the doom of the United States. Is that your time to surrender? No? Really? Well, almost there. You guys try and go to San Diego, around here. And we did take London, but they're still holding on. moving their capital to Dover. The Axis want docking rights. No, actually, we hate the same people. Ask for military access. Also, Italy, ask for military access. We might use it later. We also might not. You go to Plymouth. Oh, sorry, Plymouth. Quite close to getting San Diego. And that should be enough. Yes, it is. United States have capitulated. But let's keep this going for a little while. Maybe we can finish the war before I end the video. Oh, they're about to leave Portsmouth undefended, it seems. So let these guys get out of here and switch you to the bicycle people, because you're going to be faster. Whoops. Well, that's a weird looking bicycle. Is that because we're not supposed to have bicycles? Doesn't matter. What matters is it's fast. I hope it doesn't crash my game. Oh, right. This bicycle is doing weird stuff to me. Really shouldn't be using it. Looking good. Dover's ours. Is that enough? Yes, it is. United Kingdom has capitulated. Here's the peace conference. Wait, what do we want? I think the United States would probably be the best choice for us. It's going to be cheaper to feed this territory. I would like the Raj for myself to make our country look better. Don't really care about Britain that much. China took a bunch of stuff. We took some Africa as well. Wait a minute, what's that? Loyalists? Just loyalists. Not sure who they are loyal to, but they sure are loyal. We need to annex the United States, or, as they're known now, the Loyalists. It's going to be very easy. I just need to send them some convoys. And also, maybe build some stuff in their territory. Time to invest in nuclear power. The cleanest power there is. Now, normally I'd be draining their manpower when I'm annexing them. But to us, 3 million is nothing. So lower their independence. And we can annex the United States. Let's do it. No more loyalists. There is only China. Only China. Now, if we want to continue this world conquest, we just attack the Soviet Union and take them over while they're fighting the Germans. And then we turn against the Germans and we kill the Germans. But we're not going to do that. We're going to end it here because, as I said, our goal was to take over the United States. We have taken much more than that, but we've also taken the United States as China. We have 600 factories, 25 million manpower, 100% stability and war support, and 4,000 convoys. And lots of guns too. Anyway, I'm gonna end it here. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about it and also what I should do next. That's it for today. Thank you for watching and I will see you again soon. Goodbye.